Hello, people. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. What a night it was last night. It really, really was. West Ham got through against Seville. Obviously, I done an afterthought last night with Lucas and Mitchell, and I was emotional last night. I won't lie about it. I was all over the place. I'd had a drink. I was like happy. I was crying. I was all the emotions you can feel for watching West Ham United. But I've got to say that I'm just even today, waking up, I'm still so very proud of this team. Very proud. I'm just very proud of this team and what they're achieving. I'm not overly getting too ahead of myself, thinking that we could do anything, but we've got to respect for what we did last night. And what we did is we knocked out a team that win this competition every other year. Do you know what I mean? They are a serial winner of this competition. So we've got to look at it and weigh it up and say, you know what, this is what it is really. Do you know what I'm saying? Last night's game, I didn't really do an afterthought on myself personally, so I'm going to probably give you a little afterthought now for me. That I was just so proud of the team. I really, really was. I was so proud of the way they just sort of conducted themselves, how much it meant to them. The fans last night get untold amount of respect. They brung the noise. They made it a fortress like it should be at the LS. And maybe it's just starting to feel like home there for a lot of the fans. Do you know what I mean? Some of the fans who still can't accept that we've moved. I understand it. I'm with you. But last night, you felt that West Ham passion. Do you know what I mean? That was like the West Ham passion, West Ham vibe, everything about it. Yeah. And I've got to say, I was just so pleased and so proud of them. Do you know what I mean? All the players, to a point, they all put their shift in. They all done their jobs. And I'm just going to give a couple of shout outs to a couple of people that I think deserve it, really. And the first one is Areola. I think Areola saved in that first half was world class. And I think if we don't sign Areola up, and I'm sorry, but I just don't understand where we're going. Like, Sam Johnson is not the solution. Areola is the solution. Areola has kept us in that tie. Because I do believe we go 1-0 down. I'm sorry, but it's good night, Vienna. I don't think we can score 2 against that team, especially how rock solid they were. So, yeah, Areola for me, he has to sign. Another player that I'm going to give a little shout out to is Craig Dawson. Listen, I'm not his biggest fan, right? I think they've signed a player there for backup, but he seems to be getting better with age, if I'm honest. Like, there's no twos about it. This man is getting better with age. And he's looking the part. He really, really is. Him and Zuma together last night, I thought Zuma looked top class, if I'm honest. Zuma was just excellent. And now I've sort of watched the game back and just sort of my emotions have calmed down. I've got to admit that Dawson played all right last night. A couple of misplaced passes, but that's trivial. Do you know what I'm saying? Zuma, excellent. As I say, last night, this man, I understand what Mitchell says when he says about kicking it into Rose Ed and kicking it into like, touch all the time. But he's just a no-nonsense defender. And I'd rather him do that than do something stupid and we can concede a goal. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's old school defending from Zuma. And you've got to respect it. Totally. Thomas Souček last night, like literally, has just changed. He's just changed as a person for me. Like, really, really has. Since he got his smack in the face, he's just got this headband on and he's just turned into prime Souček from last year. Like, the goal last night doesn't get a lot of credit, in my opinion, right? He's on the back post. He knows what he's doing. He's on that defender, knowing full well that if that ball comes in, he's just gonna attack that ball, no problem. And he did, and we scored. And he gets the vital goal for us, like, which is, for me, is massive. It's massive in all aspects. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, last night Thomas Souček gets a lot of credit and a lot of respect. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't been vintage this year, Thomas Souček, but in certain games he's turned up and he's scored goals. So you've got to give him credit for that. Declan Rice, mate. Right, Declan Rice last night. Oh my days, this boy is 22 years old. I think he is 22, 23 years old. And I'll tell you what, he's a fucking legend already, mate, at West Ham. Like, if this boy or this man gets us to a cup final, then I'm sorry, but his name's got to be in fucking up higher. He's just a phenomenal good footballer, and he's just that good that We just don't. We know how good he is, but outside we'll think, oh, he's just a bang average footballer. Do you know what I mean? He just does. He's just a standard DM. But he's more than a standard DM. He's a leader. He's determined. He's passionate. Like, he loves this club. Do you know what I mean? And West Ham, if West Ham can match his ambitions, then this kid ain't going nowhere, mate. Why would you want to travel to Manchester or go travel to fucking somewhere else, like, to win trophies when you can win them here at West Ham? Do you know what I'm saying? So the only place where I think he could go where we couldn't match it is Manchester City. Other than that, I think he's here. He's here. Do you know what I mean? And last night, he was everywhere last night. Right, he frustrated me at times because there were times where he got into a good situation and he could have had a shot, but he didn't. He sort of tried to pass it. He was overpassing it. But Declan Rice, mate, I'm sorry, is just, yeah, top class. And when people say he's the best that they've seen come out of our academy, and you've seen the likes of Frank Lampard, Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole, Michael Carrick, to name a few, I'm sorry, but yeah, that says it all. I mean, this kid is just top draw. And his interview last night, if you haven't checked it out on BT Sport, go and check it out. It was absolutely first class. He's so proud, so happy, so buzzing. Do you know what I'm saying? To be like, to get us into the last 8. And it means so much to him also. So yeah, top class Declan Rice last night. Who else is there? I'm going to say about Benrahma. Benrahma last night, I thought played very well. I thought he worked hard, he tracked back, his passing was okay. The problem is with Benny is that he don't really get a lot of mention because other players come into play. But last night he was effective. He was getting onto his left foot and he was having shots. He was trying his hardest to do something. Do you know what I mean? There was a moment in the second half where Souček breaks the line. All he's got to do is get the ball in early, and Benrahma's there just to tap in. Do you know what I mean? If the ball comes across the goal, I think Benrahma scores. And yeah, Benny was all right last night. He was all right, and I just hope that this is the start of something for him. Listen, I don't doubt this man, right? I don't. I think this man's a talent. I do. And I think in a team with other players in it, he could do well. Like, but this team that he's in at present, with like Antonio up front, etc., he's okay. He's okay. So yeah, I'll give Benrahma a bit of credit there. Do you know what I'm saying? Lanzini last night scared the life out of me, mate. If I'm honest, really did. Really did. He gets booked, and then in the second half of the game, he goes sliding in, and I'm thinking, whoa, don't do that, Lanzini, please, bro. We don't need you getting sent off. It's a worry, yeah, because he's out now for the first leg of the next game, yeah. So it might be a bit of a blessing in disguise that you can't keep playing this man in midfield, all right, because he's definitely out now, which is a bit of a blow, but we can get around it. We can. Steve's in the chat. He says, James, what a night. Super. Top team performance and wonder save from Areola. Great save from Areola, mate. Areola keeps us in it, Steve. I'm honest. If we go 1-0 down, I don't think we recover from that situation. I really don't. So, yeah, Lanzini last night. He's out of the first leg, but he played okay last night in spells. Do you know what I mean? He's a jewel. He is the jewel, but he's just, sometimes he can be a frustrating figure, so to speak. Pablo Fornals last night. I wasn't convinced, if I'm honest. Like, even though he's got the semi-assist for the goal, like, he had the shot, saved it, and it's gone in. Last night, his passing was all over the place, and his awareness was all over the place sometimes. But do you know what? You've got to give him his due. He kept going. You've got to give him respect for that. He kept going to the end. Even if he wasn't his best performance ever, he kept going, kept trying, kept working, and eventually he got his reward. So he was excellent last night. Even Mikel Antonio last night, another one, right? Worked hard, but like the ball, he either falls over the ball, stands on the ball, trips over the ball, and it's like you just don't know what you're going to get with Mikel Antonio. You really don't. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, there was a skill he done, and I was in the pub and last night, and no word of a lie, the ball comes up, he chests it down, and he turns. And I'm thinking, whoa, that's a bit of, I like that. And he falls over the ball, and I'm like, oh no, like, you just don't know what you're going to get with Mikel Antonio, and that's the problem. We don't know what we're going to get. The defenders don't know what they're going to get, so no one knows what's going to happen. Like he could like chest that down, run and beat a few people and score, or he could chest that down, fall over it and land on his ass. So you just don't know. But Mickey, you got to give him a bit of credit last night. As I say, he put a good ball in for Souček. It's a great cross, I must admit. Some of the players in our team who can't cross a ball need to have a little word with Mikel Antonio, because the cross he puts in is absolutely pitch perfect for Souček to attack. So yeah, Mickey last night, yeah, he was good. He was good last night, and I didn't really think about it last night because obviously the emotion of the game. But he played 120 minutes last night, deep down, or before he got subbed basically towards the end. And if he did pull an injury the other day, yeah, and he sort of got over it, you've got to give him some credit for that. You really, really have. So yeah, well done, Mikel Antonio. And then the man of the hour. And I've never thought I'd say this ever. Right, it's Andrei Yarmolenko. Man, this man has been, he's been hounded. He's been hounded. And listen, I'm not going to defend him and say, oh, he didn't deserve it. He has deserved it in time. Because there's been times before where this man is just, he's coming on and he's just not doing nothing. Like his attitude's not right. And so it's just something not right. And listen, what's happening in Ukraine is absolutely horrendous. And I feel for him, his family, and all the Ukrainian people. Yeah. And what they must be going through is hell. Like, do you know what I mean? They must be living in a hell life at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Bombs and bullets, and we're only seeing it from afar. Do you know what I'm saying? And this man, like, for what he's doing in the last two games, he has got to get some sort of respect, man. He has to. There's no two ways about it. Sunday, he comes on, he scores a great goal. Yeah, touch and finish, great finish. And last night, he's in the right place at the right time because he's got that striker's instinct. He knows when that ball comes in, he's sniffing out a chance. And that is what Andrei Yarmolenko does for Ukraine. He don't score many wonder goals for Ukraine. A lot of his goals are always in the 18-yard box. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, he scores the winner. He just scores the winner. It was just made, isn't it? Like, and it brings tears to my eyes really when I think about that, because I look at him and I think, mate, this man has been absolutely hounded by our fan base. Absolutely, there's no two ways about it. This man has been criticised for the amount of money he's on, for the amount of work effort he's on, like that he does. And this man now, because there's a world war going on, he's just turned into a different player. Like it's like he's like a man on a mission. Like it's like he needs football to upgrade and progress. Do you know what I mean? He needs to do that. Like the football is helping him to carry on. And yeah, last night, mate, I've got to admit, fair play. Fair play. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, long may that continue, really. Do you know what I'm saying? Who else is there? Let's have a look. Let's get rid of this. Who else is there last night? David Moyes. Let's get to David Moyes. I think David Moyes done very well last night. Very well, but I was worried in that second half. That second half, I was looking at him and I was thinking, Dave, Seville are passing the ball completely around us, mate. They are just like passing it. They are playing like around with us for about 10 minutes that second half. Literally, West Ham was just chasing shadows. Absolutely. And I was thinking, get Lanzini off and get someone like Vlasic on or Nobel on, just someone just to have a bit more sort of like shore up the midfield, so to speak, and try and get like retrieve the ball. Like bring Vlasic on. Do you know what I'm saying? And he did nothing, and it was like they was trying, and eventually they sort of run out of steam. Like it was like they was over trying to do it. Do you know what I mean, Seville? But he picked a great team last night. One thing I've got to give David Moyes credit for, I have got to give him untold amount of credit. Yeah, and this is what should be said on many channels today. The fucking mind games that he played all week was absolutely first class. That is Alex Ferguson S. Absolutely. Right. To say about, oh, well, I don't know whether they're going to make it, or I can't tell you, I just don't know. When they did know, they just didn't want to say anything. And then Bosch comes out the lineup and Cresswell's in there, Antonio's in there, and that team looks frighteningly good. Like we're all sitting there the other night thinking we don't know what lineup he's going to go with. And it's the first time ever this season that West Ham have gone with a lineup and we didn't know. Like we didn't know whether Antonio was fit, whether Cresswell was fit, whether Vlasic would be back. The only thing we did know was that Bowen was out, and it was a David Moyes masterclass last night. It really, really was. To sort of hold it together, not give away any team tactics, was absolutely first class. I think the way he set the team up was excellent last night. I think we looked very, very good. We did. What else did he do last night, which was good? The only thing I will say is it's just a sub in the second half. Other than that, I think he got it absolutely bang on the money. Do you know what I mean? Against a team that is is serial winners. Now, I looked at Seville last night, and I weren't impressed with Seville at all, I'm honest. I thought Seville were bang average. And I was expecting more from Seville. I was expecting them to be on the front foot a bit more and trying to attack West Ham. But me and Lucas done a show on the other night, and Lucas said he reckons they was going to come to contain. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. And within the first 10 minutes, I knew this was like attack versus defence. They were sitting there hoping to hold and try and nick a goal. And you can see why they don't win many games away from home, because they just sit there and just don't advance forward. Do you know what I mean? They had a couple of chances. Obviously, the Areola save will come into play, which is it's a great chance. They had a free kick. They didn't really have a lot else from what I can remember. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was like thoroughly disappointed in Seville, but in a good way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was expecting more from them, but listen, I'm so pleased that we got through. I was so emotional last night. I done a video last night with Mitchell and Lucas, and I got over 2.7k views, which is fucking amazing for me. Absolutely amazing. I'm not going to lie. And to go and get over just over 2,500 views is like madness. Do you know what I mean? And all I do is try and speak the honest truth that I can speak. Listen, you either like me, you loathe me, whatever. Yeah. If you've got a problem, that's your problem at the end of the day. But all I do is I try and be as real as I can be when it comes to West Ham United Football Club. Because I know it's kind of like the back of my hand, mate. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'll cried last night because I'm so proud of this team. Yeah, because when I'm expecting, listen, and whatever happens from now on, moving forward, it's a great achievement. But I do believe that whoever we get in the next round, right, if we can avoid certain teams to the last four, then I think we've got a chance of at least getting to the final, at the very least, 100%. Obviously, let's talk about the draw. You've got Leipzig, you've got Barcelona, you've got Atlanta. Them three teams I don't want to touch. Listen, people say, "Oh, give Barcelona." No, fuck that. Let Barcelona play Leipzig and knock each other out. Give me Braga, give me Rangers, probably even give me Lyon. Like, I'd have Lyon, because again, they're a team that's good at home, poor away, and I would any of them three, Braga, Rangers, or Lyon. I think is a good tie. Frankfurt, it will kick off over there. Like, you see what happened in Seville. I know a few people who were in that pub that night, and it weren't good. Do you know what I'm saying? So listen, you want to stay away from Frankfurt and all, if I'm being honest. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing night. Amazing night. Listen, I'm just so very proud. And as Sam says here, yeah, Craig Dawson spraying it about like David Beckham recently. He is, mate. He is, and he's obviously been taught that, like, or told to do that. Like, it's just amazing. Like, listen, I'm not seeing West Ham this good for so long, and do you know what makes it even better for me as someone who loves this club, like everyone else in this chat who loves this club, is we've done it without Jared Bowen. Wait till we get Bowen back in this team, then we're going to be even more strong. Do you know what I mean? Like if Abona gets back in time, Abona could actually get to the final. Do you know what I mean? If he's fit. And we're starting to look like a real team again. Do you know what I mean? Like this season, we've been bitty in spells. We've been good. We've been inconsistent. We've been okay. And it's just like we've never been flowed like consistently. Like, we haven't been destroyed by teams, granted, but some games we've just been not at it. last night we was bang at it from start to finish. And I totally agree. The game is the blueprint. I have 3 attacking midfielders, Souček swarming around Antonio, and just feed the goat. Yeah, well, do you know what I mean? I don't know what more to say, really. Obviously, the draw is at 12:15, 12:30 UK time today. Bring them on. If it was me, stay away from Leipzig, stay away from Atlanta and Barcelona. That's me personally, right? I think if you can get rid of, let them take each other out. I'll take Rangers right now. I look at Rangers. Yeah, they're a good team. They played very well against Borussia Dortmund to get through, especially at Ibrox and at their Graf. But I think with West Ham, if we play Premier League football in Europa League, we win games. Simple as that. If we play that Premier League style of forward thinking, tempo, pace, power, and just go through these teams, then yeah. And let's be honest, last night we won the game 1-0 in full time. We beat them 2-0 in extra time. Let's be honest here. We should have scored more than just 1 goal in full time. We had chances, other chances. And what it is with West Ham at the minute, that the only thing that I will say is the lack of cutting edge. Yeah, West Ham are advancing into the box, and it's like they're running out of ideas. Like they didn't like to cross a ball in last night, and it was frustrating to see. Like sometimes you just got to go back to basics, like get to the byline, smash a ball across the 18-yard box, and hopefully someone is there, or it could take a deflection and go in. It's just sometimes West Ham do run out of ideas in certain games. Do you know what I'm saying? And they have done that recently, but they're winning, and we're still there. Do you know what I mean? And whoever we get is going to be a great game. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones really now. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we will see what happens. So I get to this comment here. The doubters will have to wind it in now and support the team 100% until May at least. They can moan all you want. At the end of the day, mate, listen, people moan because they want to see the best for West Ham. And that is it. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, we've won against Seville last night, but the job is not done yet. Let's remember that. We still have 2 more games to go till we get our achievement. Do you know what I mean? And we have to make sure that we win them 2 games. Listen, Seville will live long in the memory. It ain't done. It's not done yet. And as David Moyes said last night, which I've got to give him some credit, he said, if you was giving me the trophy right now, then great. Yeah, but this is just a game. So we've got to remember that. Do you know what I mean? We just got to remember that. And we've got a big game on Sunday against Spurs. Because no disrespect, I know we won on last night and it's all amazing, but I don't want to lose to Spurs on Sunday, right? Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to lose against them at any time, especially not after a great victory last night. So it's all about Sunday for me now. Right, we move on, get Sunday done, and then we've got a 2-week break basically. It was like we've got an international break, and then we come back, and then we have got Everton. So it's massive. Do you know what I'm saying? So we will see. We will see what happens. I just want to leave it on this before I wrap up. Yeah, Yarmolenko, mate. Unbelievable. Like I said it last night, and I just laugh sometimes because I was thinking to myself last night, who's really gets scapegoated? What player in recent history has been absolutely criticised for everything, and then scored goals that have made him remember that player, so to speak. Yeah, and my ego does come to my mind. I can't think really of anyone else who sort of comes to my mind really. Like certain other players in the past, like going back a long time ago. Do you know what I mean? I remember like days like Samasi Abu or something, like he scored a goal and like that's going back into like 96, 97 era. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Yarmolenko, mate. If Yarmolenko leaves right now, right, at the end of the season, he would always be remembered for the good. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll be remembered for the good things he's done, like the goals that he scored this season. Do you know what I mean? No one will really remember Yarmolenko. If Yarmolenko didn't score them goals against Villa and against Seville, and he could even score more, I think he's up for it now. I think his mind is firmly on football and away from life, basically. And if Yarmolenko could be that missing ingredient that we've been looking for. Like he could be that striker that Moyes, deep down in the end, was right about. He turned around and said to us that we can use Yarmolenko for his European experience. And let's be honest, if you didn't criticise Moyes for that, then I'm sorry, but you're lying to yourself. You really are. And he could be the missing ingredient that we need. Do you know what I mean? Yarmolenko hasn't looked out of place in 2 games now. And that's no joke. Like last night, I thought he'd come on and he was everywhere. Like he was popping up in places, and what he does very well, he controls the ball, and holds the ball well. I'll give him that. I will give him that. So yeah, I'm so pleased for him. Do you know what I mean? Because as I say, and I said it earlier on, you just don't know. Like in life, people go through hard times, and listen, that man has probably gone through the most hardest time that anyone could ever go through. Do you know what I mean? Literally seeing his friends, his family, his school friends, everything, especially in Kiev. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, listen, I'm just proud of him, really. Like, cause if he does, as I say, if he does leave in the summer, he can go with his head held high. He's done something for West Ham. I think if he'd have left under a bit of a cloud, then I don't think it would have went well. Do you know what I mean? But how the fan base can change when you look at it now and people say get Yarmolenko on, whereas if you'd have said that 2 months ago, get Yarmolenko on, people would say, "Oh, you're mad." Do you know what I mean? You're mad. Don't want him on. Madness, mate. That's football for you. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Listen, last night, as I say, I got over 2.7K views last night on my stuff. Listen, I'm not a person who I'm an opinionated person, but I respect everyone's opinion. Do you know what I mean? Some people heads are living rent free. That's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? You keep paying the rent, but it's all love. It's all love, and I'm just proud of this team after last night. I really, really am. I really, really am. I've never seen West Ham do amazing things. I've always seen West Ham struggle and go through shit, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? But last night, I see a team that was together. You know what I mean? It's the first time really I've ever seen that for a hell of a long time. And only good things can happen from here. Do you know what I mean? The draw today, whoever we get, we will enjoy it. If you want to win the competition, you stay away from the big guns. Let them knock each other out. And we want the easiest route possible. So give us a Braga, give us a Rangers. Even listen, Rangers ain't going to be easy. Don't get me wrong, but I'd fancy us against Rangers, especially with the way we play. And if we get Eintracht Frankfurt, then be prepared for violence and lots of it because it was chaos in Seville. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, enjoy your weekend. Really, really do. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Saturday and Sunday. Will be back for West Ham and Spurs. Big game. Don't want to lose against them. Do you know what I'm saying? I really, really don't. They're a team that we are competing for with top 6, top 7, and we've still got to go for that. Do you know what I mean? Because as I said previous, this ain't done in the Europa League. Yeah, right. We've got to take every game as it comes because if Europa League goes wrong, we've got something to fall back on. Do you know what I mean? But don't worry, we've got Yarmolenko. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, and I just want to get to Sam's comment here. Yeah, he says, I don't want the Jers. Honestly, foreign teams can't handle Antonio, but Jers would be physical. I don't know, mate. They've got a centre half in their ranks. He used to play for Swindon. Like I think it's kind of Goldston, I think. And I'm like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, Sam. I agree, but like, I just think what a game that would be. Rangers versus West Ham. That would be. Oh. If you want to make games legendary, West Ham Rangers is one of them. Do you know what I mean? West Ham Barcelona is one of them, and all. Who would have said that 2 years ago? But yeah, we move. Anyway, much love to everyone. All the best, and try and enjoy your Friday. And whoever we get, it don't matter because you know what we are. We're massive. Bye for now.